This is Matt from Godzilla.org, and today I'm reviewing the iMate 8502. This is a candy bar style phone with an exposed QWERTY keyboard. So let's take a look at it. You can check out Godzilla.org. I've done an unboxing of it already, and let's take a look. So this is the hardware. This is the 8502. Like I said, it's a candy bar format with an exposed QWERTY keyboard. Now, this device is running Windows Mobile Professional. But it has a keyboard. So it's touchscreen enabled. It does have a stylus. But the unique thing, and we've seen a couple devices like this this year and late last year, where manufacturers are putting Windows Mobile Pro into QWERTY exposed touchscreen enabled devices. That typically, the year before that, you'd see devices running Windows Mobile Standard or the old Windows Mobile Smartphone Edition platform. So kind of a unique spin on it. And manufacturers have kind of come up with unique ways of how to offer navigation besides touchscreen. Here on the 8502 is a mouse. Just like the Samsung i780, that also has a touchscreen, that's a touchscreen enabled device, but also has a touchpad in the middle of it that is a mouse as well. So that helps navigation. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the hardware. So like I said, this is the iMate 8502 with an exposed QWERTY keyboard. It's a 3G device that'll run on the 1900 850 band here in the US, so you'll get 3G on AT&T quad band device. It has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and built-in GPS as well. It takes micro SD slots, or micro SD cards, excuse me. Some nice touches that iMate have done on their current devices, the 9502 and 8502, they do have status lights up here. It's hard to make out, but there is a status light right under the speaker, or earpiece, excuse me. So flashing if you have service, or battery charging, or missed messages, etc. So let's take a look at the actual hardware itself. Here on the right side, we have the volume rocker up down. This is probably the voice notes button and the camera button as well. On the other side, we have the OK button, and again, the fun but sometimes useless scroll button or roller or rocker. Like I said on the 9502, you can check out my site for that review. Phones and their hardware are somewhat identical. The scroll bar here is very tight and hard to press, and definitely not exposed enough to really be useful, but some people may find it of some good use. On the back here you have I think it's a 3 megapixel autofocus with flash, and then a speaker on the back there. And then a stylus as well, because like I said, it's Windows Mobile Pro. But the stylus is another collapsible stylus, but at least it's metal. So at least it's usable as compared to some other plastic styluses. So it's already turned on. Let's take a look at it here. It's asleep. So this is a VGA resolution screen as compared to the 9502, which is QVGA. So like I said, this is an actual mouse. So hopefully we can kind of capture using it. So the mouse is just like a regular mouse on a PC. Surprisingly, when I first saw the device, I was like, a mouse on that device? I don't know about that. But what's kind of interesting is after using it for a couple of days, you realize that really it's not a bad concept. It does come in handy. I'm not terribly big on using touchscreen on Windows mobile devices. I'd always prefer to use the keyboard. And this device kind of helps that, because now I barely have to use it, especially now with the mouse. I can navigate better, and then I can still use some keyboard shortcuts to get around as well. So not too bad. Thickness-wise, it's definitely not bad. I don't have my 9502 with me right now, but it's a lot thinner and a lot more usable and a lot more pocketable from that perspective. One great thing about this device is compared to a lot of devices I've looked at, I don't know if you can really see the keyboard itself, but the keys are not just raised, but they come to almost little pyramids that definitely help hit those targets a lot easier. Initially looking at the keyboard, you realize, wow, that's really small, but really it's not that bad. Once you start using it, because they come to points, you could actually hit them really well. I haven't really tested how fast I could type on it, but pretty comfortable. Kind of reminds me of like the Trio devices a little. Obviously, the Trios, the keys are a lot more spaced out, and the keys are bigger, but the device was a little wider as well. So last hit here, we'll take a look at the buttons. And in front of the device, we have obviously the mouse. We have the right and left menu buttons. You have the OK button, start menu, and the OK and end call buttons, and then of course the keyboard itself. Overall, the feedback on the device is actually very good. It's very light. It is all metal, so there's almost no creak. It's very solid. Definitely wouldn't have any problems, worrying about it getting damaged. The only gripe I have about the device, performance is not bad. For Windows Mobile 6, it's actually not that bad. The only real gripe I have about the device is the styling of the device. The frame around the screen is slightly too chunky. Technically, it's probably not possible for them to remove that frame because of the actual screen and that resolution, but it would be nice if they could put maybe a little larger screen in there so they could reduce the framing around the phone. That would make it aesthetically just look a little better. But overall, aesthetically, it's a very nice device, all in black with gray trimming. Overall, a very nice device, and hopefully iMate will sell a lot of these and hopefully make a comeback and a little competition these days for HTC. Again, this is the iMate 8502. I'd like to thank Overseas Electronics for getting me the review device. Go check them out. I'll post a link on the site. And again, thanks for stopping by, Gadzilla.org.